Alright guys, video number 1 in our 10-part series videos for the 10 disaster planning essentials for a small business network you need to have. And we'll start with number 1, that is to have a written plan in place. And actually it's not a plan, it's multiple plans, right? You want to make sure you have at least 2, a disaster recovery plan and a business continuity, right? Disaster recovery, something major happens. There could be an earthquake, there could be a fire, tornado, something like that. It could also be a cyber event that happens. Why do we need a plan? We need to plan because when an emergency occurs, people tend to panic, and if it's not something that you're trained for or you've never been a part of or experienced before, chances are you're not going to know what to do. This is why we rely on this plan to guide us in this situation on what needs to be done, who's responsible for what needs to happen, when does it need to happen, do we need to call in extra support, and so on and so on. Business continuity is kind of like the business disaster recovery, where instead of recovering, you have a plan on continuing doing business, right? So for example, you might lose, a tornado takes out your building, but you need to continue your business operations. This is where you might have a secondary, hot or warm or cold site in the data center or somewhere in a different cloud location that allows you to work remotely using those resources while your primary site gets repaired, refurbished, or brought back online. So both of those plans are very critical. More importantly, you want to make sure you test those plans. A lot of people write those plans out but never really test it, and if you don't really test it, you're really not going to know any kind of surprises you're going to get into until something does happen, and all of a sudden you're like, oh well, we planned for a 4-hour downtime in this disaster recovery situation, and it's taking us 48 hours, right? So this is something that we need to address. With each test, your plans, reaction to those plans are going to get better and better, and you'll be ready for the emergency. This is the same reason why our policemen, paramedics, and everybody else, they continue to train and test non-stop, so that when an emergency does occur, they don't freeze. They're able to respond proactively, do and systematically basically program, this is what happens. They don't even think about it, they just execute on that plan. You need to have the same thing in place. Your business is the most important thing that you work so hard for, right? You don't want to cause a huge downtime by not having those plans in place. I'm Igor Pinchevsky, CEO of ITfirm.com. If you need assistance with your plan or any other IT or cybersecurity issues, please reach out to us. Thank you so much for watching.